This is life in the 1900s newspapers, and today we're in 1904. One of the most famous women, or infamous, in 1900s was Mata Hari. She was an exotic dancer. This isn't her, but I thought it would give you a little idea of what her show might have been like. Mata Hari's real name was Margaretha Zella. In her heyday, she became very wealthy. She is known for being a spy during World War I and was executed for her crimes. So this paper is during her heyday. So take a few moments to look at the amazing Mata Hari when she was at her most popular. In this video, we are reading The Star and Sentinel from Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, dated Wednesday morning, January 27th, 1904. Colonel Pratt defends Indians. Evidence is abundant that Indians, graciously permitted to go outside their reservations and humanely treated as individuals, and given right chances to see and learn, quickly become efficient, common sense, useful, civilized, and capable of holding their own in any decent calling of our American life. And away from a drinking, gambling community, they do not get drunk or gamble. The trouble is that few have been so permitted to go outside of their reservations, and of these few, only a small fraction have been allowed the right chances. Rattlers thawed out. A stampede was caused Sunday morning along a lot of foreigners employed by the Kerbau Construction Company on the railroad work near Galaxon by the presence of rattlesnakes in the cabin where the men were having a gay time. One of the foreigners had found the snakes in a hole in the grating and carried them to the shanty and placed them under the stove. In the exhilaration of consuming unlimited quantities of beer, the snakes were forgotten, and the heat thawed them out. They began to uncoil themselves and were soon wriggling over the floor. One of the men tried to stop a large snake, with the result that the snake set his rattle to work and then bit the man on the leg. The other snakes coiled and there began to scramble for safety. One man plunged through the window. 4 of the foreigners were bitten by snakes. The contractor's physician was sent for from his hotel in Altoona and attended the wounds. It required an hour's battle to kill all the reptiles and regain possession of the cabin.
Please go away. Let me sleep, gosh darn it. Yes, I gotta go to school, Ma. Won't you write a note? Tell her that I got the measles and the mumps, Ma. Oh, I know. Tell her tonsils in my throat. You know, I could do some fishing. I'd bring them home to eat. That's the life for which I'm wishing. I feel an itching right in my feet. are full of prunes and pickles. Sour-faced as she can be. And I don't want to be a bookworm when I grow up to be like she. Linked him to a school of learning never went. Maybe I'll go up like him and be president. Yes, I gotta go to school, Ma. I'd rather stay home with you.
Here's a story that reminds me of the porch pirates today. Malicious mischief. Some evil-disposed persons have been carrying off milk buckets, jars, etc., which have been placed on trees and porches for the convenience of the dairymen. These parties are being watched, and if caught in the act, will be dealt with according to law. Here's a new one. Hugging social in Ohio. A hugging social was held recently in Springfield, Ohio, which was attended by 500 persons. It had been widely advertised as a scheme to pay off the church debt and netted nearly $75. Following were the rates charged for 2-minute hugs. Girls under 15 years, 15 cents. Girls 15 to 20 years, 50 cents. Girls 20 to 25 years, 75 cents. Another man's wife, $1. Old maids, 3 cents with no time limit. The girls of the congregation set another meeting for February 1st, but the older members had called it off, as the bounds of propriety had already been overstepped. The social was more largely patronized by middle-aged and old men than by young men. This guy must really have liked opera. A Chester man, dressed in female attire to attend an entertainment in the opera house intended for women only, but his awkward effort to handle his skirts as he stepped across the gutter attracted the attention of a policeman, who scared him away. William J. Woodward, a blacksmith of San Antonio, Missouri, pounded for 10 years on his anvil, forging bolts and shoeing horses, wondering between times what had become of a fortune in gold which his father had hidden 20 years ago. If only I had that 40,000, I would not work any more, he argued to himself as he toiled at his forge. The son was the other day making a horseshoe, which is known all over the world as a lucky thing. He seized the red metal with his iron tongs, laid it on the anvil, and belabored it with all his strength. At the first stroke, there was a strange jingle. At the second, a piece of old anvil broke off, and out poured a torrent of gold. Every piece of that gold was as bright and shiny as on the day it was placed there. Woodward lost no time in putting it in the bank. James Woodward, father of the blacksmith, hid the money in the block 20 years ago. He told no one of the hiding place, not even his wife or son. The only answer he ever made to the question they asked him about it was that the money was in a safe place. Thank you very much for watching my channel. Let's end today with another 1904 movie, this time by Thomas Edison.
Play the funny melody, it's as haunting as can be, never seems to change the key, rambles on so merrily, though it's not a work of art, not too difficult or smart, it will get you from the start, weave a spell around your heart. Funny melody, it's true, it'll tease you all day through. Anytime you're feeling blue, it'll bring a smile or two. So the song for you and me is this silly symphony. Hear it once and you'll agree. Play the funny melody. Funny melody, it's true, it'll ease you all day through. Anytime you're feeling blue, it'll bring a smile or two. So the song for you and me is this silly symphony. Hear it once and you'll agree. Play the funny melody.